Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Miyetti has cried out from the southeast about some of the things that have been happening to them there, and they are calling for help seriously. And also in another news, a southern governor have stood against anything like agitation and secession, which by implication it means he's not supporting the activities of IPOB and also of Odua Republic, who are strongly calling for a breakup of Nigeria for their own countries to emerge. We are going to be looking at these, and also we'll also be analyzing the perspective which we have in respect to this. But before we give you full details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. The Miyetti Cattle Breeder Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has alleged that the herders in a number of states have been attacked daily. This was made known in a statement issued on Friday by the Southeast Zonal Chairman of MACBAN, Alhaji Gidado Sidiki, in Akwa, the Anambra State capital. Sidiki called on the state governor, Willie Obiano, to intervene and stop the alleged attack on herders. Tribune report that Sidiki pointed out some recent attacks, including one that happened at Ubene community in the Akwa North local government area of the state on Wednesday, December 15, where one herder, Musa Adamu, was attacked by hoodlums in the area while on grazing his cattle. Sidiki said, "My attention was drawn to a video clip that goes viral about what happened at Ubene community, Akwa North local government area yesterday, being Wednesday, 15 December 2021. I made an inquiry and found out that actually one Musa Adamu was with his cattle at Ubene community land as he spotted someone coming to him violently. He asked the person what happened. The person didn't tell him anything. The person just held his thigh, pushed him to the ground, and macheted him on his head. He also spotted some two persons coming with force towards them. While defending himself, he stabbed the person and the person left him. That is how he escaped. He has lost many headsmen. We have lost many headsmen and their cattle in Akwa North. The Fulani people in the southeast are not violent, and we are not here to undermine the business of the people of the area." Meanwhile, members of the association had enjoyed cordial relationship with their host community in Anambra, particularly the southeast region at large, until the advent of insecurity across the country that had claimed many innocent lives. Alleged attacks by Fulani headsmen have made many residents of Miyetti community in Anambra local government area of the state flee their houses and farm settlement. The residents said the attack forced some of them to desert their own area in Grove. Meanwhile, in another development, Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State has disclosed reasons why he would never support the breakup of the country. It has been reported that there had been sustained calls for Nigerian breakup, particularly from some notable secessionist agitators like IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu and the Yoruba Nation Arrowhead Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho. Obaseki stated that he will continue to support a united Nigeria because some people made sacrifices to ensure a stable and indivisible country. He asserted that the breakup of the country is not the way to go, adding that secession will be unfair to those who pay the price for the country's unity. Obaseki made the submission at the launch of the 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem on Thursday in Benin, the Edo State capital. According to his word, he said, "We should not encourage the kind of rhetoric that we have been parading in this country today, but the unity of our great country. Nigeria has come to stay, and Nigeria cannot and will not be divided. It has to be so because people have paid a supreme sacrifice to keep this country together, And it will not be right or fair to do anything to make it look as if those people who fought for this country did not know what they were doing. As a state and a country, we remain very optimistic that despite the threats of insecurity and banditry which we face as a country and a state, that will be overcome. We are hopeful that we will continue to secure our state and our country because we have courageous people like you who are ready to save and sacrifice for the state. That is why we take events like this very seriously, to encourage the younger ones what sacrifice for the country means, and also to encourage those of you who are in service that your effort will not be in vain. Now, this has triggered a lot of reaction, especially the second news, which talks about, Governor Obaseki standing up against secession, standing up against the breakup of the country. Now, what he's saying, he can never support the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agenda, neither that of Adeyemo Igboho. But, one of the things that these people fail to realize is the fact that they are saying this good thing about the country because they are reaping from it. What do you expect them to say? Because a lot of people are like, why should he say such a thing? And all of that. Some of the comments I've seen, why should he say such a thing when this is happening? Instead of them thinking on how they can solve some of those problems that are facing us, they are talking about not supporting secession when they know that this country have not benefited anyone. No, you don't expect them to stand against it. They must support it. Like yesterday when President Olusegun Obasanjo was talking about that he prefers his Nigerianness than his Yorubaness, we all know what the man had enjoyed. For you to be a president in a country of how many millions of people, two times president. Even me, if I was the president 2 times, I would support this country to be together. Do you know what it means? If he leaves this country and become part of Yoruba land, what will happen? Number one, he won't be given recognition as a president because he is a president of one defunct country like that. You understand? And also possibly his military accolades will not be appreciated. You understand? So this kind of people cannot see the division of this country and support it. But, as much as we want this country to be together so that we'll still be unified as one people, it's important for these top guys to know that there are reasons behind this push for secession. And if those reasons are not being addressed, those problems are not being addressed, the people who are moving against it can never stop pushing, agitating for it to happen. You understand? Imagine what has been going on thus far in terms of insecurity in the country. That most people, if this country had at one point or the other had divided, they wouldn't have lost their family. They wouldn't have lost their loved ones. But because of the lackadaisical attitude of our leaders and their reactive attitude, we have watched with our eyes open how 23 people in a bus were just, finished by these so-called bandits. We watched with our eyes many years ago what happened to, people in Benue, done by some heartless being who calls themselves Fulani headsmen. We've also watched with our eyes how people have been distorted. I watched a video where a farm, a wonderful farm with very good plants, were being burned down. And the owner of the farm said he has spent millions of naira on that farm. And one human being just woke up and decided to burn it down. Why? Because the country, the government of the day, are not giving them a hitman blow, for them to understand that this country must not suffer this thing. The leadership have failed to understand that their key responsibility is protection of life and properties of the people that voted them into power. So as much as you said, I don't support breakdown of Nigeria, people have paid sacrifice. What have you done to sustain it as a leader? What have you done? That's the question that you must answer. What have you done in your own capacity to ensure that the people in your environment are happy in terms of economic investment, in terms of security investment, in terms of developmental investment? What have you really done? These are some of the issues that we have to look at, because if we continue to say Nigeria must be one and we fail to do this thing, we are only joking. How can you be expecting your children not to cry for food when you have not yet given them food? When you keep on giving them the kind of food that they don't like, you're telling them don't cry for food. They don't. If you cry, I'll beat somebody here. Oh God, the best thing for you to do is to go out and hustle. Give them a timeline. Son, my children, just wait. The next 6 hours, I'll be back. The next 3 hours, I'll be back. When I'm home, I'm sure I'm going to give you this and this and that. That is when they'll be happy. This government, let me not say this government because it didn't just start now. Far back 1999, Nigerians have given this country a long rope up. This is 21 years straight 21 years when we started practicing democracy. Not 21, 22 years since we started practicing democracy. But guess what? Instead of us ascending the ladder in terms of every aspect of life, we are descending. Nigeria, as at that time when the military were in power, far back 1999, how much was $1? 150, or maybe lesser than that. But today we are talking about it at 570 naira for $1. We are looking at every day our economic chances are going down. The debts we are owing is so high, but yet there are no investment to prove that truly we got money from people and we are investing it rightly. Our roads are not in the right way. I mean, a lot of things. So as much as you don't support it, please try to do something to ensure that you give them no reasons to continue with the agitation.